She's an investigative reporter with our Las Vegas affiliate, KLAS. She was in the courtroom today when those killers faced the judge. Vanessa, I want to break down, first of all, introduce us to these two men and also their demeanor. Was there anything said in court today?
Elizabeth, neither of the teens made any comment. This was very quick. Their names, 18-year-old Jesus Ayala. He is the accused driver in that video you just played. And then the passenger who police say recorded that video is 16-year-old Jameer Keys. Police say Ayala was 17 at the time of this alleged crime spree. This, as you mentioned, was moved to the adult system.
Any indication that perhaps they were not under the impression that they would be moved to the adult system?
Well, Ayala has quite a criminal history in the juvenile system here in Las Vegas. I can tell you that. We've done some digging. We've also just learned some new details about this. We've learned that after Ayala was taken into custody and before police revealed why he was taken into custody with the hit and run, they say they told him he was being taken into custody for a warrant and obstructing a police officer. But they say that Ayala made a comment that he'll just get a slap on the wrist because it's the juvenile system, and he mentioned that hit and run before they did. But certainly from what we are hearing, he was not taking this seriously, and he expressed zero remorse.
Vanessa, have you been in touch with any of the family members? I know you've been doing some digging, and I know the initial first appearance for the 16-year-old, the mother was there, but are you in contact with family members?
So we were there when the mother of the 18-year-old, when Ayala's mother was there. I tried speaking with her outside of court. She did say sorry in a later phone call with one of our reporters in Spanish. She said, "How could God forgive this?" I did try reaching Key's mother. She initially hung up on me. Then she sent me a text message basically saying her son's side, which she called the truth, will come out. She sort of took a shot at the media and said, you know, his side will come out, not what we've seen on social media. So,
well,
you know.
Yeah. I know that you're on the front grounds, and I've been covering it for NewsNation for a number of days, and we've seen the video, and I'm not sure what truth will come out. I'm curious about the family. I have seen Taylor, she's been at press conferences. That's the daughter. I haven't seen much of the son. I'm curious if they were there today.
They were there. They didn't make a comment after. They were just sort of quiet in the back of the room. There was a lot of media, reporters, cameras in that front row. After the Clark County District Attorney did speak with the media, he answered our questions. He explained why the passenger is also being charged with a murder. He used the analogy of a bank robbery. For example, if you have a getaway driver outside, but his partner goes in with a gun and robs the place, they should both be held accountable. He's using that analogy in this case because, again, Ayala is the accused driver in the video you've played. Keys is the accused passenger. But we also learned more that the first hit and run that they're accused of, where a 72-year-old cyclist survived, is also on video. We learned that the teens are heard saying, "Bump him, bump him, bump him," before that one, and they were also laughing.
Yeah, and Vanessa, before I let you go, I think I want our viewers to understand that it was actually quite a lengthy crime spree. As you mentioned, those two had switched. So was there trepidation from the folks, from the public, that the 16-year-old was not going to be upgraded? Do people not know about the statute in Nevada where if you're 16 and you're 17, if you commit a murder, you're automatically upgraded? Do you think there'll be, and could there be pushback from the attorney on that?
You know, I think there will be pushback from Key's attorney, right? because he was the passenger. His attorney, a defense might say, well, he wasn't driving the car. So I know that the district attorney wants the case to be consolidated. Both of them charged with murder, attempted murder, and other charges. But we might see if this is an argument.
Yeah, no, you're right. Well, you're doing an amazing job. This is a really, really hard story to cover. So thank you, Vanessa. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.